September 25th, 1890s, the American government is funding the Steel Ball Run! Over 3,000 horses are going to be competing in the Steel Ball Run on the sunny beach of San Diego. The purpose is to find all the corpse parts, but there is a new contender in the Steel Ball Run, and his name is none other than the Arthur Morgan. I'm doing this video because Chewy did it, and also because Stage 2 is coming out soon, and I just wanted to really make this video. So I will be going over if I personally think Arthur Morgan, if he could beat the Steel Ball Run race, or at least get close to finishing it, and whether he would get a stand or not. If you don't know, Arthur Morgan is from the game Red Dead Redemption 2, made by Rockstar Games. Arthur Morgan is a man's man who knows a man. He's one of my favorite cowboys besides Johnny and Gyro. And I think it's time to run a little experiment. If Arthur Morgan was in the Steel Ball Run, could he win the Steel Ball Run horse race? The first thing Arthur needs to do is get past the entry fee, which is $1,200, which is equal to a lot of money in modern day, in the big old 2026. Now, say Arthur Morgan have enough for the Steel Ball Run race. He pays for it, he enters. Another obstacle is going to be Arthur's little lung problem called tuberculosis. It's a medical disease. So, yeah. Arthur Morgan's goal is basically, he joins the Vanderlyn gang, and his goal is to get out of the place he is currently in and go to a place Dutch calls Tahiti. But Dutch, luckily, has a goddamn plan. Say Arthur forks up enough money in order to win the race, he gets $50 million if you complete the entire race. But here's the thing, how is Arthur Morgan supposed to compete with the descendant of Genghis Khan and a German soldier with a gun in his hand, with very cool haircut, and a British person? Arthur Morgan can't even handle a British person. Not to mention, can he handle a British person who is sometimes a dinosaur and also not a dinosaur? I didn't think so. I think the greatest enemy facing Arthur in a Steel Ball Run race would obviously be his tuberculosis. The race takes place within the time span of September 25th to January 19th. So around 5 months, give or take. Which makes sense, it's the 1800s, they're not going to have massive technology. They can't just get in a Lambo and drive throughout the whole thing. Everybody, or most people in the Steel Ball Run race, are young men who are pretty jacked, some slim, more femboy-like. But Arthur, he's a grown-ass man. Not only the grown man, he's dying, for crying out loud. Just look how fit Diego is. Not to mention, Arthur Morgan is literally 35 to 36. In some interpretations, he's 37 to even 40 years old. That's that's like the same age as Markiplier, for crying out loud. And look at the difference between those two. I personally think Arthur wouldn't get a stand. I think he would focus more on. He would probably investigate the Saints corpse, but I feel like he wouldn't go in depth in the Saints corpse. I feel like he wouldn't obtain a stand. I feel like he would focus more on winning than getting the Saints corpse. But then again, you can go check out Chewie's videos to see his personal opinions on it. But these are my personal opinions, and if you don't like them, you can say what your personal opinions are in the comment section. That's why I have it, you baboon. Anyways, I feel like if Arthur Morgan were to get a stand, the stand name would be Deadeye, obviously based off his insanely overpowered ability, Deadeye, from the game, Red Dead Redemption 2. Deadeye, how it would work, my version for the Jupiter Bizarre Adventure universe, he would either, there's two versions, the physical and I version, so he pumps up his heart rate, so his body moves so fast that time looks like it's, because in the actual game, time, it literally just slows down time. But my version would be he can place the Deadeye in his pupils. Once he puts his own stand inside of his own pupils, it will give him the ability to speed up his heart rate so much he moves faster than the average human eye can see, making it look like time is slowed down. Also giving him near perfect accuracy with any gun, and Deadeye would automatically put a red X over his opponent's most vital area, meaning if he was fighting Diego Brando with Scary Monsters, the moment he activates his stand Deadeye, time would basically appear to be slowing down for him, due to how fast he would be moving, and it would automatically put a red X over Diego's weakest point, the area that would damage him most, which in Diego Brando's case would be, I don't know, his eye or something. Fortunately, even without modern medicine, like, I don't know, I can't name any modern medicines, tuberculosis does take its sweet time to end a life. So I personally think Arthur Morgan would probably have enough time to go through the entire Steel Ball Run race, but he would be probably severely weakened by the end and nearly dead. But being weak in a race like this, who cares? It's not like there's gonna be any fighting in a horse race. Now let's talk about the horses. What horses would Arthur Morgan have? I personally think he would have a horse that's big. I think he would have a bigger, more broader type horse with still enough speed. After all, speed isn't everything. You still need a bit of chunk on your horse. And Gyro has an Australian type horse and something. So Diego rides a young English Arabian named Loniar or something like that. But that's because Diego's from a rich British jockey family. Arthur doesn't have a canonical horse pick, which means both you and I, and me and myself, get to pick the horse that Arthur gets. There are lots upon lots upon lots of horses in Red Dead Redemption, so we need to pick a horse that's easy and the best horse for Arthur Morgan. The best horse for me, the best horse for Arthur Morgan, I think, in Red Dead Redemption 2, is probably the best horse in the game, the White Arabian. not only is it incredibly rare, like a super rare, it's impossibly rare, and very, very rare to get. It's beautiful looking with insane stats. It has like 8 or 7 out of 10 speed. Acceleration is really good, and its handling in the game is elite. Meaning it's like getting a really good horse and then giving that horse steroids and crack while feeding it a prime energy can. And one prime energy is like 2 Red Bulls or something. It's insanely good. I personally think Arthur would struggle most with, the people I think he would struggle most with would be Diego's Scary Monsters, Funny Valentine's D4C, Love Train, and regular D4C, and Johnny's, and all of Johnny's Tusk forms. Considering Johnny's a bit on the smaller side of the JoJo's, not only is he a harder target, his nails do way more damage than most guns can do. Most average handheld guns, some can like blow off a head or a limb. Johnny's fingernails, even when he first ever gets Tusk Act 1, he still is capable of slicing a dude in half like Poochie treated Jotaro's face. So, physical power-wise, with gun-wise throughout the entire race, my personal opinion is Arthur Morgan could not win the Steel Ball Run race. But wanna know who's even a better cowboy than Arthur Morgan, Gyro, Diego, Johnny, and all the others? Chewy Dog 1. If he entered the Steel Ball Run race with his trusty steed, Chewy Horse 1, he could dust everybody. He'd be the fastest, strongest, most handsome racer out of all of them. Once again, shout out to Chewy Dog 1 for the entire idea and basically this entire video. Please check out my short that I just posted. It's very new. And I hope I can get this channel started. I hope I can get this whole series, potentially even collab with the actual Chewy Dog 1. After all, he likes Kira. He thinks Kira's the best JoJo villain. Kira's the worst JoJo villain, and he hates Toru. How can you hate Toru? Toru not only is one of the most overpowered, he's one of the best looking, best character-wise, best character backstory. He dated a girl, that's all we know about his backstory. That's good enough, bro. He's one of the best JoJo villains, no debate. And I'll be doing a face reveal and a bunch of other things reveals after we hit a certain milestone. I won't say what it is, but it's coming. And I pray to God I can get this channel started. I really hope I can become a successful LARP tuber. After all, LARP tubers are kind of going to shit, considering the techno LARP situation, but I'm not here to talk about that right now, okay? Yeah, remember, shout out to Chewy Dog 1 for this video idea and giving me the idea to make a LARP channel. This is my first ever video, so I hope it can do well. And please, 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 remember, full credit goes to Chewy. Kira's the worst villain, Toru's the best villain. And I personally think Arthur Morgan could not win the Steel Ball Run race just due to the sand abilities, and even if he did get hit a sand ability where he could slow down time and get like perfect aim, it would not help him against Tusk Act 4, D4C Love Train, and it certainly could not stop it maybe could stop Scary Monsters, but that's all. Those are my personal thoughts. Goodbye, have a lovely day, and remember, Chewy Dog 1, Toru is best boy.